Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my channel for another 1/6 scale third-party unlicensed figure unboxing and review video. Now today we're going to be taking a look at the Young Rich Toys Miles Morales. This is the kind of casual look that comes with the Halloween style costume version of the Spidey suit. However, Young Rich are making a bunch more figures, 2 versions of Gwen, 2 versions of Peter B. Parker, and of course the second version of Miles in the black and red suit, which I literally could not be more excited for. Now, when the Hot Toys Miles was announced, a lot of people were posting that they were cancelling their orders for the Young Rich versions of the characters. However, I don't know if that's necessarily the best idea, because this guy actually comes with a couple of things that the Hot Toys figure doesn't, and it may or may not do a couple of things a little bit better than the Hot Toys figure itself. But either way, we'll get into that throughout the course of this video. Before we begin, I want to let you know this is a third-party unlicensed product. That means that Young Rich Toys doesn't hold the intellectual property rights to the character of Miles Morales or any of the Spider-Verse licensing. They are producing this as an unlicensed company. It's not a counterfeit or anything like that, it's just an unlicensed product. Now, I purchased mine from toyswonderland.com. They have them in stock right now, and the link for that is down in the description below. This is not a promotional video, this is just a review on a product that I purchased with my own money. Now, while you're down there in the description, why not hit that subscribe and bell notification icon so you're notified as soon as brand new Hot Toys or other 1/6 scale content goes live on the channel. Either way, what we're going to do now is get the box laying flat in the light box and do the unboxing. And here we have the box art for Miles. Now, I'm not exactly sure why they've gone with the more finalized version of the suit that we saw at the end of the movie on the front of the box here, where the Miles that comes in this box is actually the casual version. There's nothing really on here to denote that. I'm not exactly sure why we're getting this, but still, I really like the artwork, and I wouldn't be surprised that when we get this version of the figure, that they reused this same particular image, and it looks really good. It's high gloss, he's got this holographic effect on the eyes, and it does say Young Rich all over. It's also made of a very, very thick and very sturdy cardstock, although that didn't stop DHL from attempting to play football with it and damaging the corner. When you get this, it will come double packaged. Mine came with a bunch of bubble wrap, but still, as I said, DHL played a little bit of football. Either way, let's get this guy open. I have been super excited and looking forward to this ever since we saw the pre-order go up. Now, what do we have on the front here? It looks, and if I'm not mistaken, it looks to be a nice cardboard style backdrop piece, just like we get with Hot Toys pieces. This is, of course, the wall in the subway that he puts up that awesome mural, and then on the back here, it looks like we get a bunch of stickers and a couple of little bits and pieces, like some active phone screens. I was wondering how they were going to be able to do that. They're actually stickers that go on the front of the phone, and that note that we also see at the end of the movie. It looks like there's some other stuff in there as well, and we'll have to wait and see what else is in there, but it's stuff like this that I just don't expect from third-party companies, and honestly, even this right here is really impressing me. Now let's see what else comes in the box. Nicely packaged in foam. Looks like Miles is actually rotated the other way, but here we have Miles himself. Let's get him out here. I'm actually, as I said, quite excited to take a look at this figure, and here we have him, and just fresh out of the box, he looks a little bit disheveled, but don't worry, when we actually take a proper look at the figure himself, he will be situated a little bit better. Now let's take a look at the rest of the stuff. Looks like we get a couple of extra accessories, headphones, head, and some hands. Now on the underside is where we see even more accessories. This guy is the most deluxe set that I've pretty much ever seen from a third-party company. Super impressed with the amount of accessories that come with this guy right here. Either way, what we're going to do now is get all of this stuff laid out in the light box and take a closer look at everything he comes with. And here we have all of the accessories that come with the Miles figure. Now, I hadn't actually heard of this company at all before. How had I not? Look how much love and attention to detail they've put into all of the accessories, and as we start to take a look at more and more of them, you'll start to see the picture getting a little bit clearer that these guys are here to play. My eyes are now keenly focused on Young Rich Toys, and you'll probably hear me say that a couple of times throughout this review. Either way, let's take a look at the display base first. It's rather simple in its design. Miles Morales, nice metal nameplate, I'm liking that. Spider-Man on the top with that nice graffiti style logo. It's just a sticker on there, but it definitely gets the job done. Now, he also does come with a dynamic flight stand pole, can literally slot in the back there, and you can have him in all sorts of crazy web swinging poses. Now, let's take a look at some of the accessories. This one right here, when I took it out of the box, I was like, no way. This is absolutely awesome. You can see it does have a little shoe size label on there. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, Nike, Spidey logo on the top. You open it up. Not only do you get a 1-to-1 scale, Miles Morales, hello, my name is certificate of authenticity from Young Rich Toys, but then on the inside, this is going to blow your minds, you get an accurate pair of 1/6 scale Nike Jordans, and this is absolutely awesome. They've got the icy soles, they're nice and translucent. You can actually use these on the figure, but he actually does come with another pair already on there, so that's a complete bonus, something that they absolutely didn't have to do, and something that you can use potentially with your Hot Toys figure, because those shoes aren't going to be Nike branded, these are. That blew my mind, and I'm sure it'll blow a lot of yours too, because this is one hell of an awesome accessory. It even says Nike Air on the bottom with all of the proper legalese. That is totally awesome. Now, he also does come with a couple of web effect pieces, as you can see. They're pretty much carbon copies of the Hot Toys one. They literally even come in the same style foam piece, and it does have the funnel web that goes on the end. Now, this piece right here is the interchangeable, swappable head sculpt. As you can see, it's the Spidey look for Miles with his eyes nicely painted in the back there. It is actually a fabric mask. That's unexpected. It's done even better than some of the Hot Toys Spidey masks in terms of the seam on the top. It's super clean, super crisp. Would this have been better in plastic? Yeah, I kind of think so. In fact, it's coming apart just a little bit there. Nothing a dab of glue can't fix, but it does look really good. And of course, you'll see this on the figure a little bit later in the video. Now, of course, his Spidey outfit wouldn't be complete without his cape. It's really nice, vibrant yellow material. It does feel really thick. It's a double ply, actually, and there is a wire running through the outside, so you can get him into those nice windswept poses with the cape itself. Now, he also does come with this accessory, but also it's like an actual figure accessory that he can hold. It's a little bag, as you can see right there, but you can open it up, and it actually does have the Spidey suit that you can put on the figure on the inside. Hot Toys aren't actually making this outfitted version of Miles as far as I'm aware, so this is probably going to be your only way to get it, and it looks really awesome. It's a nice screen printed fabric, and again, you'll see this on the figure, so don't worry. It even has the tiny little price tag with the details of the suit on there, and it looks really good. It says Young Rich Toys, and it says a warning on there, and of course it says Spider-Man as well. He also comes with a mask that he can hold of that same material, this really nice high quality screen printed style material. This is something that they really, again, didn't have to do, but it seems like they absolutely loved this movie and wanted to go all out. I can't wait to get the rest of the figures in this line. I don't know as of yet if I'm going to be displaying him in the Spidey suit or in his casual look, just holding the bag. There are so many different options here. And also does come with these right here, which are his Sony headphones. They can swivel, they are Sony branded, so again, some more accessories you could potentially use with your Hot Toys figure here, and that's a really nice bonus. Now, he does come with his little tiny phone that is supposed to be a Sony phone. This one, however, isn't branded, but it definitely does have the provision there for a screen. And what you do get that you saw in the unboxing segment are a bunch of stickers, including some screens that you can put on the phone. That one right there with the picture, or of course, that's Dad calling. That's a really nice touch as well. Then he does come with a couple of onomatopoeia bits and pieces that you can pop around, and a huge Spider-Man logo. This one right here, I absolutely love. That's his sort of comic that slaps down when he gets his sort of intro and he reveals himself as the finalized version of Miles in the black suit. I love that. That's a really nice piece of artwork. Now, carrying on with the accessories, he does come with some web shooters. These are the really nice high gloss red ones, and there are details on the back as well. I will pop those on the figure. And he does come with the Goober, this tiny little thing right here. It does say, it's supposed to say Alchemax, but it just says Alki on it, and then there's a spider logo. It does look good. It's rather tiny though, so it's not something that I think a lot of people are going to display him with, but he does come with a hand specifically designed to hold it, which is an absolutely awesome little feature. Now, he also does come with a spray can, and you can open it up, and there is detail on the inside. It is a little bit hard to get open at first, but trust me, once you sort of work it, it becomes pretty straightforward. This is awesome. I wish we got more 1/6 scale accessories from other figures, just like this one right here. Now, to complement his Spidey suit, because in the movie he was wearing the Spidey suit with these shorts at one point, you do get the shorts, and they are a really nice fabric, a proper metal buckle on the pants there, which is another nice touch. We're almost there with the accessories, I promise. Then we'll look at the figure himself. These are some really nice electric effects. Obviously, when he activates his little spider effect and the lightning comes out of the electricity, these you can use to replicate that. And then he does come with 2 more accessories. This one, which is a little bit hard to pick up, is his Spidey Sense. Just like the Hot Toys figure, you can actually use this to attach onto the neck itself, and it looks like he's activated his Spidey Sense. It's a nice, clear, translucent plastic, so it's kind of meant to blend in to the background. Now, the final accessory he does come with is his backpack. It's pretty nicely detailed. It's got all the straps, all the little details, and I'm pretty sure it's all dead-on accurate to the movie, which is absolutely fantastic. Either way, there's only one more accessory that I want to show you, which is the backdrop piece, and then we'll move on to the figure himself. Now, just quickly before we take a look at the figure itself, I wanted to show you what this backdrop piece looks like fully assembled. Now, as you can see, the wall is very nicely displayed in the background, but there's this sort of second layer, if you will, where the mural is on the front there, where, of course, Miles and his Uncle Aaron did the awesome artwork. Now, if you didn't want to have the artwork display, you can take these pieces, flip them around, use them on the other sides, and then you just have this straight up wall, so you can have Miles preparing to do his artwork, or of course, you can have it displayed like this. The fact that you can actually do this with a third-party figure and they've put all their love and attention to detail in something like this is absolutely insane. It's something that I wouldn't expect to see from a first-party company, but then again, this company, Young Rich Toys, I do not know how they weren't on my radar before this, but now seeing something as simple but as well executed as this piece right here has me paying very close attention to Young Rich Toys. Either way, what we're going to do now is get Miles himself out here and take a closer look. And here we have Miles himself standing straight up and down the light box, no crazy poses or accessories or anything like that. And I have to say, I am really liking this figure, not only because of the absolutely enormous amount of accessories, but because the figure actually looks pretty darn good. I wouldn't be surprised if Young Rich Toys had to develop an all-new body just for this figure, which is impressive because we know how expensive creating new bodies is for 1/6 scale figures. It really does prohibit companies like Hot Toys from making figures like Cyborg, and here a third-party company can go all out and give us, pretty much in my opinion, one of the best third-party figures that I have ever seen, that even rivals the quality of some of the first-party Hot Toys pieces. Honestly, that's how good I think this piece is. But either way, don't just take my word for it. What we're going to do now is punch in and take a closer look at the details. And here we have Miles himself up close and personal in his first of, I'm sure, many different appearances. We will be changing the outfit throughout the course of this video, just to give you a look at all of the different styles you can use on your Miles figure. Now let's talk about the head sculpt. Unfortunately, when this was announced, a lot of people did say, yes, the expression is a little bit too somber. I don't know why they went with this rather than a smiling Miles or even some other sort of expression. They could have really gone all out, maybe even included another head sculpt. Am I being greedy? He comes with a lot of accessories. You let me know down in the comments below, but I still really like the way it looks. The hair is very nicely detailed. It does have a lot of texture to it. A couple of people have said that it's not as textured as they would like, but I actually think it looks really good. The expression, as I said, is a little bit sad, but it's painted nicely. The detail is there. The sculpt is there. It looks like Miles. I mean, you wouldn't mistake this for anyone else. And I think it really definitely does hit the spot, at least for me personally. And we'll have to see what the rest looks like when we pop the alternate head on there. Now, in terms of the outfit itself, it does have a couple of different layers. Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room. This jacket. When they first showed the prototype, it had a greener style jacket. This blue is accurate to a couple of scenes. I literally just watched Spider-Verse last night, and in the darker sort of lit scenes, it does look to be this color, but then sometimes it goes to a lighter color, so I don't know which sort of reference material they were going off, but this definitely, again, does the job of looking like Miles' outfit from the movie. And the little logo on the shirt in the film is just an orange stripe, but here it says Young Rich, a very classy and very subtle touch. Now the hoodie is just pretty much a straight up red hoodie. It does have a working zipper, and so too does the jacket. You can use the hood if you'd like, but because of the nature of the hair, it sits very high, not something that I would really recommend using, but you could do that if you would like. Now, it does have one sort of big issue, and you'll see this a little bit later in the articulation segment, but the hand joints are very loose and floppy, but everything else is really nice and tight. Either way, what we're going to do now is pan the camera down and give you a closer look at the rest of the outfit. Now, as you can see, his look obviously continues on throughout. He looks pretty much exactly like he did in the movie. This is, of course, one of the outfits you see him in. He does actually have real working pockets. You can see them there. You can pop his hand in there, or of course, you could pop the goober in his pocket there, so of course, he can fall down and break it. Now, his pants are a very nice stretchy style material. They can get up very nicely and out of the way of the articulation, but you don't want to go too high, otherwise you'll start revealing his knee joints. Now, his legs do have an interesting quirk. There is a seam line running down the front. For some reason, mine are a little bit more separated. You can't sort of push them together. However, you can bring the pants down and the socks up to close the gap ever so slightly so you don't see it as much. But this being an all-new body, I'm actually not too fussed about that split right there. And when we get the next Miles, he will be wearing the full suit, so it won't be all that visible. Now, he is wearing, of course, his Nike shoes. This is the first pair that he comes wearing. You can, of course, pop the other pair on there if you'd like. And just like in the movie, his shoelaces are untied because, of course, it's a choice, and it's really nice that they actually did that. That goes to show that these are proper, unique sculpts, not shoes that they've just got off the sort of eBay or even 6-scale markets that have proper shoelaces tied up and everything. These are proper, brand new sculpts that Young Rich Toys have had to do specific for this figure, and they've got all the detail, Nike logos included, and I absolutely love the way they look. Either way, what we're going to do now is switch out Miles' outfit into the Halloween-style Spidey suit and take a closer look. And here we have Miles again standing straight up and down, except this time he's wearing his Spidey Halloween cosplay suit, and it fits because of course it does. Eventually, it always fits, and it looks really, really good. I'm having a hard time deciding which way I'm going to go in terms of the display, and I'm probably going to say that a bunch of times throughout this video because it looks so darn good no matter which one you put him in. It was a challenge to get him in it. It's still a challenge to keep him standing. His ankle joints are very, very loose, but that being said, I'm willing to put all of that aside because he looks so damn spectacular, pun intended. Either way, what we're going to do now is punch in and take a closer look at the details. And here we have Miles up close and personal in his Halloween cosplay style Spidey suit, and I really like the way it looks. It comes together very, very nicely. Now let's talk about the head sculpt first. I have one complaint, and it's those nostrils. I don't know why they weren't up higher where they're supposed to be. They're kind of off to one side and down. They should have been, as I said, a little bit higher. Can I fix it? Maybe, but it does kind of work to the ragtag Halloween costume look, so I'm inclined to leave it the way it is. Now, the eyes themselves are very clearly Miles's, and they're behind there, sculpted, painted beautifully, and so too are the lenses. Now, when you are putting this outfit on, do be careful because you have to sort of slot the body in through the top. This piece does feel like it's going to tear if you do this too many times, so just exercise a lot of caution when you're popping this figure inside the suit itself. You can also see the little price tag is still visible, and I really love that attention to detail. I've also popped the web shooters on there, and they are a little bit free floating, but technically when he was wearing this suit, he was using Peter B. Parker's web shooters, so they're not perfectly fitted like the ones that Aunt May gave him a little bit later in the movie. The outfit itself is also a little bit tight, so you will see some anatomy and also some joints here and there, but if you sort of pull it down and smooth it out, you can try and hide those joints just a little bit. Panning the camera down to give you a closer look at the rest of the outfit with Miles wearing his Spidey style suit. This is the second of the 3 looks. Don't worry, we're getting there. We're almost at the end of the video, but as you can see, that nice blue screen printed texture carries on throughout, and so too do the web lines. Yes, it's a little bit ill-fitting, it looks a little bit funky, but that's exactly how it looked in the movie. I love the way this outfit comes together. I pretty much wouldn't change anything about it. This looks absolutely fantastic. Now, you can also see that split down the front is still visible. I thought this would come down a little bit lower, but no, this is accurate to the movie, and so too is the fact that you can still see his shoes and his socks. This wasn't a proper Spidey suit by any means. This was just a kid's Halloween style suit, and that's exactly what we're seeing here. It looks absolutely fantastic. I'm actually now having a tough time deciding whether I'm going to go with this look in my display or go with the casual look for Miles. Either way, what we're going to do now is get the shorts and some of the other outfit elements back on the figure and we'll take a closer look. And here we have Miles in his final look, at least for this video. When you get yours in hand, I'm sure you can mix and match the clothing options to give you your ultimate look for Miles that you had in mind. But for me personally, this is the third look that you can achieve with this figure, and I think it looks, again, really, really good. I've literally got a screenshot of the movie on my computer right off screen, and it works absolutely flawlessly. It looks exactly like it did in the film. Everything sits just right on the body. Again, this appears to be a fully custom designed body for this figure, and it looks absolutely fantastic. Either way, what we're going to do now is zoom in and take a closer look at the outfit in more detail. And here we have Miles in his third and final look, up close and personal, and I have to say, it looks pretty good. It's obviously comprised of the Spidey suit on the inside, his hoodie, and then his outer jacket. Again, this is supposed to be more of a greenish color rather than this blue. Maybe they did it to be a little bit different from the Hot Toys piece, but either way, I'm not too fussed. It comes together very nicely. Overall, I love the way this looks. Now, I've just realized, literally when I was putting this together, that he's missing thwip hands. I don't know why this figure doesn't come with them. I'm pretty sure he was supposed to. Then again, I could be misremembering, but let me know down in the comments below whether or not that actually bothers you or not. Technically, he didn't really use the web shooters properly when he was using them in this sort of outfit, and also in the Halloween style outfit. He was sort of fumbling his way through it, I guess, so it kind of makes sense that he doesn't come with them, but for me personally, I would have rather he actually did. But either way, the outfit itself comes together very nicely. Panning the camera down to give you a closer look at the rest of, let's call it outfit option C, for Miles as Spidey. Now, as you can see, he does have his jean shorts over the top. There is a nice real working belt with a metal belt clip over there. It looks really, really good. It can be moved around and futzed with to have it however you would like. Now, there are some crinkles and wrinkles on the jeans there, crinkles and wrinkles, trademark that. You will have to steam this to get them out. Literally boil the kettle for a couple of minutes, hold this over the steam, but please don't burn yourself, and then these wrinkles will evaporate. Now just be careful again, please don't burn yourself. Now the outfit itself from the knee down remains pretty much unchanged from outfit option B. Now I'm having a really tough time deciding whether I'm going to go with B or C in my final display. C of course being this one right here. Do let me know down in the comments below which look you do prefer. I'm leaning towards those two because those are two outfit looks that the Hot Toys one simply can't pull off. But again, let me know down in the comments below which one you personally prefer. Now, of course, this review wouldn't be complete without a side-by-side comparison, and here we have the Far From Home tech suit Spidey standing alongside Miles himself. And as you can see, Miles is a rather short figure. Even compared to the Tom Holland Spidey, he comes up a little bit short right around the bottom of his eyes, including his enormous hair. So that's really interesting to see how short this body is, but I really do like the way this looks. Having a little bit of a different size Spidey always works very nicely in your display. Just going over articulation on the Young Rich Toys casual version of Miles. Now this is my personal copy of the figure, so I'm going to be a little bit more careful in the articulation. When you get yours in hand, if you want to push the joints a little bit further than I'm willing to go, then that's totally fine, but I personally won't be pushing them to their absolute limits. Now let's start off with the head itself. It does have a traditional 1/6 scale style joint, one ball joint at the head, one ball joint at the lower part of the neck, and you do get a fairly decent range of motion looking up, looking down, and of course swivel, and a little bit of side to side as well. Now he is wearing a couple of different layers. If you did have the Spidey suit on here, I'm sure it could move even more than what you can with this one on. Now in terms of the arms out to about there, you do get them up pretty much unrestricted. You just have to sort of futz around with the clothing and you can get it to go pretty much where you'd like. You do have a double bend at the elbow, swivel at the bicep, and as you can see, the hand on mine is a little bit floppy, but that's nothing some sort of hot glue or even a wrist peg swap can't fix. Now for the body itself, it does have a joint, as you already saw at the lower part there. It does swivel, pivot, and move side to side. It is very stiff on mine. You do have another joint just under the belly button there, so you can also get some swivel, but on mine again, it's very, very stiff, so do be careful when you are trying to move yours. I suggest maybe heating up some of the joints before you push them to their limit. Now moving forward with the legs to about there, you do get pretty much unrestricted out because they are stretchy style pants which can move up, and then you can go even further. You do have a very nice double bend at the knee, swivel at the upper thigh, and then of course a traditional 1/6 scale style joint at the foot itself. Just wrapping up on the Young Rich Toys Miles Morales figure. Now this figure right here is full stop, exclamation point, one of the best figures, not just third party, figures that I've ever had the privilege of reviewing. I absolutely adore this piece right here. You can tell by handling the accessories, seeing how much stuff that he comes with, that this company, Young Rich Toys, absolutely loves Into the Spider-Verse. You can just tell he comes with so much stuff, from the awesome little comic book words, to the interchangeable phone screens, to the interchangeable outfits. There are so many different options with this figure right here. In my opinion, he'll perfectly complement your official Hot Toys Miles figure. Will that head sculpt be better than what we're getting here? Will the outfit be better? Yeah, probably. But that being said, I would still recommend picking up this guy because I don't think Hot Toys is ever going to give us this secondary look for Miles. You can have the casual one, you can have the Halloween style suit Spidey Miles with the cape or without, depending on which one you'd like to go with, and you can have your Hot Toys Spidey standing there as well. And the fact that you get 2 pairs of shoes, I think Young Rich Toys knew exactly what they were doing when they included that second pair of shoes to pop on your Hot Toys Miles. Now, if you'd like to pick up your very own Miles, I bought mine from toyswonderland.com, and I have included the link down in the description below just for your reference. And while you're down there, why not check out the link to 6 Scale Network, the brand new awesome Facebook group. Come along, chat figures, share photos of your collection, and of course, see what's coming up next on the channel. Like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next video. Before, have I seen a third-party